Welcome back to Arcade Garage. It has been a while. Got some updates. That looks different. That's kind of the same. So the last video I did, I think, was after round one, where I had the oil pump pickup failure and wiped out the bearings. So, and I was going to film the rest of the season. We got one round left. So I'm hoping we're going to do better than that because it's a drop round, which means your worst round gets wiped out. They'll take the score over the 4 best ones out of the 5. But we'll quickly talk about that. Round 2, qualified again, made it into top 16. I don't think I made it top 8. I was doing killer all weekend until the battle. Terry straightened behind me, and then the one time that I decided to drop a wheel was in competition. Whole weekend, all practice, qualifying, everything. Dropped a wheel that disqualified me. Unfortunately, knocked myself out there. Round 3. Oh, Kanata Motorplex. That round was awesome. I drove probably the best I ever have in that car. I'm gonna put some footage in here, enjoy a few laps of through qualifying, the battle I won, and then some in-car footage, and then some footage from cars around me. So enjoy all that.
Reese Kirkham, wheel maker. Nice from Kirkham. Kirkham on a killer, there you go. Keep on in, Reese. No mistakes now.
Round 4, just gone. Yeah, qualified again, not as high as I'd like, but I only had a couple laps of practice, and then an issue finally arose again with this car. Well, 2 issues, I guess, but one before qualifying. It decided to bend a push rod, and I will put a photo up here, maybe, if I remember while editing. And yes, I know what you guys are going to say about the push rod. These push rods came out of the motor I bought from over east for the alley heads. I took the the valve train out of it, so camshaft, actually, yeah, lifters as well, camshaft, lifters, push rods, and the rockers. And that car used to make 860 and run 9.6s all the time. Maybe back then I should have known, didn't bother looking properly, just slapped them in. To me right now, they're like stock push rods. Anyway, bent that before qualifying. Missed made the drive an hour from home to the track. Dropped off a brand new set that I had, and then got it back in just before, in the lunch break before qualifying. Usually there's qualifying then a lunch break, so I was pretty lucky this round. Got it in, qualified. 12 out of 14 drivers who made it qualifying. A couple didn't, they broke beforehand and couldn't get back to it. So not my best result, but still in the show. But also it was binding on full lock again, and I set the lock stop so nothing was hitting, and I literally, just before I started filming this, found that it had bent the mount for the lock stop. So once again, if I remember, I'll put a picture here. But yeah, anyway, that's the update on that. Maybe Hopefully, maybe, I don't know, I might film the last round again. Yeah, apart from that, car's been going great. Water pump had a small pinhole leak, so, well, water pump blank off, had a pinhole leak, so we made a new one. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's first season done, bit of an improvement. But anyway, we'll jump on to this car here. So, the seat time hack has changed a bit. If you guys remember before, it was supercharged with the 4150 style EFI carb throttle body on it. Had a 3-inch pulley and it made 319. I'll put the video here. And IATs were well and truly over 100. Took it to one drifter day, like a fun thing, and yeah, it was, IATs were over the shop. I will put a video of in-car of it here though. So, as you guys could see, it absolutely whined its head off. It was sick, but I wasn't a fan of IAT, so once again, Mace Engineering hooked me up, sent me a air-to-air plate, which is there, which I've modified. I'll get onto that soon. Still had the old intercooler that EcoJet came with when I bought it. Then it was on this purple car when it was turbo, and then I took it out when it went L67, or it was NA first, then L67, because I brought a brand new Phoenix for that one. Phoenix, however. And now it's time to put that back on, but this time didn't reuse any piping, I custom made it. I since then sold both my welders and picked up this absolute unit here, Unimig Envy. It's a 4-in-1 multi, so MIG, TIG, stick, everything. Mainly got it so that I could get better at TIG and alley, and I had a crack on this. So somehow the cast, I was able to get my alley welds pretty damn good. I don't know if you guys will be able to see in there, but once again, I'll add a photo here. And then it came time to do intercooler piping, and I just absolutely butchered it, basically. So this one here, I wasn't too happy. Went over a second time and just went over the torch, and it just looks like mud. But I went over the whole thing. There's another weld somewhere down here, somewhere down there, which is almost as bad, but that was the first time doing that. I'll redo them one day, but this thing's wild. This thing sounds awesome. I've also got a 2.42-inch pulley. Right now I've got the 3-inch one back on it because I want to back-to-back it, see the difference between non-intercooled and intercooled. I'm not gonna, the first run, not even gonna touch the tune, I'm just gonna run it. See what it is. AFRs will be way different, IATs are way different, see if it makes more power. Hopefully it does, that'll be pretty nice. And then I'll clean the fueling up for that pulley, and then we'll slap on the 2.42 and see how much we can get. Like I said before, made 319. That intercooler, see if it makes the same, and then with the pulley, would like to see 350 plus, close to 400 would be awesome, but it really does need a set of ported heads, which maybe down the track I might do. But for now, that's awesome. It is Friday at the moment, so if I have time editing this video will be out tomorrow. Maybe it's Friday. Let's have a look at the date. What are we at? It's the 14th. Friday 14th. So if you guys are watching this on the 15th, and yeah, I managed to edit and get it out in time for midday my time, or maybe a bit later. But next week I'll get it on the dyno because there is an event on the 22nd which I want to drive it on. Just a fun prac day, but it'll be cool to get back out in it. I had to take the front runners off because oh yeah, got a new lock kit for this as well. I got same brand what kit in this, but their version beforehand in here. So hopefully now this will actually drive really nice with the front steering. Because at one time I drove it before when the supercharger went on, I just hated it after driving that thing with the Showtime Fab Pro lock kit. And this was their Showtime lock kit stage 3 version 2 I've got in there now. It's actually just as wide as this and actually gets a little bit more angle than this kit. Just GoPro bugged out of me then, so it doesn't like the SD card. But where I was at, this one has a little bit more lock than that one, just because the rims aren't, the front runners I usually run aren't as wide. So I'm actually going to get new rims for this that are slightly less as wide, and then end up using these on the rear because I decided to destroy a rim as well. But then hopefully I get a bit more lock out of this. But yeah, just wanted to give a bit of an update. It has been a while. I will obviously film when this goes on the dyno, and then at another point, maybe before the last round, which is on the 29th, I might put this on the dyno just to see what I've been driving at all season. If not, I'll put it on the dyno after the last round. Now that I've got new dyno rollers, they actually hold, so should be able to see. Won't have to do it in 5th gear with it spinning. I'm really curious what this does actually make. I won't bother turning it up because I do have a set of ported heads I bought off a mate out of his speedway car. I sent him to a shop to get some dual springs put in. So I don't know if you can see, but yeah, it's had a little bit of port work done. Ideally though, I do really want to get a set of Kyrie race heads, ported heads on here, or his CNC program that he gave to ProPort CNC, get them done, which I might look at doing. But yeah, for now it's pretty damn good. But I don't know what else to add in here really, apart from that. I've just been busy as hell with work now that I'm doing, this is probably going to be reversed, but now I'm doing this full time. So I gave mining the flick and now I'm doing this full time. So I've just been busy with customer builds and tuning, which is daunting. Anyway, time for a drink break. So yeah, I apologise that this video isn't too interesting. It's just a lot of talking and update, but I've tried to throw in a lot of clips to keep it entertaining. But hopefully at one point I'll get back into some regular videos, and possibly maybe at one stage maybe some Friday night lives again if Corn-Fed Bruce isn't going to do them. We're both pretty busy these days, but yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave this one here. I've got a lot of editing and we've got to get a lot of live stream footage and footage from all events sorted. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, and I'll get back to you guys with another video shortly. Hopefully it'll be this on the dyno, will be the next one you see. But anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment.